Okay, now that you know a little bit about meal composition, meal prep, nutrition, and the other things that we've covered, let's talk about how you can actually turn that into a rough meal plan. Now, don't be intimidated. I know some people are like, oh, you need to plan out every meal of every day, but you don't need to do that. In reality, what we do is we plan out roughly 3 meals for the week, and then we use leftovers and staples to bridge the gap for the rest. And worst case, you just buy some more food. It's really not that big of a deal, so don't stress out about it. Now, you may be asking, how do we bridge the gap? Well, the biggest thing we bridge the gap with is staples. Now, if you have a well-stocked pantry, fridge, and freezer, you can make pretty much anything. But just to give you an example of some things we make with our staples, we make quesadillas, we make pasta with meat sauce, we make roast veggies. There's really any number of things you can make if you have a well-stocked pantry, fridge, and freezer, which we help you out with. Another big thing that we rely on is leftovers. Like we mentioned before, utilize the power of leftovers. If it's not clear, leftovers. You can recreate them as you need to, but they're a great way to help feed you throughout the week. I said it once, I said it again, and I'll probably say it again. Don't just cook for one meal. If you plan for leftovers, that means there's less planning you have to do in the first place, which in my opinion is always good. So, the first step to meal planning is sit down and think about what you're craving. Or if you're more comfortable standing up or dancing or singing or whatever it is, get in a comfortable position and think about what it is you're craving. Are you craving to recreate the Taco Bell Crunchwrap Supreme? That's a good plan. Maybe you're craving a little chicken. Maybe you're craving a little turkey. Maybe you're craving tofu because I don't know why. But whatever it is you're craving, just go with it. Write it down that you're craving it and then try and incorporate it into your meal plan for the week. Now you want to figure out what's in season and also maybe what's on sale. You can do this by checking out this cool website. It'll tell you what's in season based on where you live. Or you can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone and look through the grocery store ad. What's that? The grocery store ad? You mean that thing that I throw away in the mail every week? Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Or of course, when you're in the store, usually near the front door, you can grab one of the ads and see. And you'll know the stuff's in season because 1, it's everywhere, there's lots of it. 2, usually it's cheaper. And there's not a 3, but I like to count to 3 anyways. Now, again, we recommend you be flexible in your meal planning because you may see that, oh, well, I was gonna make chicken, but pork has a really good deal. And so that way, if you stay flexible, you can adjust as needed and still have a delicious meal, but save a couple bucks at the same time. Now, if you're really strapped for cash, you can go to multiple stores for multiple things. Maybe you'll get your meat from one store, your produce from another store, and your paper products from a third store. The bottom line is, you figure out what works best for you. So, are you still stuck? You can't think of something to do? You don't know what you want to cook? Go online. Download an app. There's all kinds of different places you can find things, inspiration for what it is that you need to cook or want to cook for that week. One thing we like to use is the meal in a box companies like Blue Apron, HelloFresh, things like that. You can usually download their recipes for free. And even if you don't use the exact recipe, you can use it as inspiration for what it is that you want to cook this week. Better yet, ask a friend or a family member what it is that they like to cook. We're going to give you bonding and a delicious meal. You're welcome. And if all else fails, go to the magical YouTubes. We all know there's tons and tons of food things out there on YouTube. You can create anything and everything under the sun. And then of course, if all else fails, the internet and otherwise, just go get you a box mac and cheese and sit down and enjoy that. I know that's what my wife likes to do. So hopefully through all these tips that we've given you and maybe a little bit of your own creativity, Shazam! You'll have your own meal plan.